So, with that, the DCTV 4-H TV news program for February 13th, 2019. Our camera person is Cowboy Devin Harrison. Video engineer, sound engineer, and producer is Edward. Teleprompter and prompter is Myra. News anchors are Austin Green and Daniel Faulkner. Meteorologist is Scooter Faulkner. And this is your news director, Dan. And now the news.
Way. Welcome to the DCTV 4-H Kids Evening News Show. Help us keep our news show on the air by becoming a sponsor. You can buy a sponsorship by calling 970-677-4119. That's 970-677-4119. Now for the news. Hi, I'm Austin, and our first story is from the Denver Post. Need a hip replacement? That could cost $25,870 in Denver. According to Priceless, Colorado hospitals are now required to post. A new federal rule requires hospitals in Colorado and across the nation to post the pre-insurance costs for their most common medical procedures online, giving patients the chance to look up and compare prices before deciding on care. At first glance, the step appears to open up the notoriously opaque practice of healthcare pricing, yet both consumer advocates and hospital officials argue the prices listed will be of little help to patients trying to determine the ultimate cost of medical procedures. As of January 1st, hospitals must publish their starting prices for procedures such as x-rays and surgeries online. The list available show that the pre-insurance cost of cesarean section can range from $12,367 to $14,326 at Centra Health Hospital. The total self-pay price for a hip joint replacement is more than $25,870 at Denver Health, and treatments for kidney, urinary tract infections range from $29,550 to $35,310 at UC Health Broomfield Hospital. The costs that hospitals are now required to list are the initial prices for procedures, meaning they don't take into account the rates negotiated by insurers of any discounted pricing that hospitals might offer lower income patients, said Dan Weaver, spokesman for UC Health. I would say the charges and the prices that are posted, they do not reflect actually what patients are billed, he said. One benefit of the hospital's price list is that consumers can use them to compare costs between different organizations, said Peg Burnett, Chief Financial Officer for Denver Health. In recent years, consumers have been encouraged to shop for health care as they are increasingly shouldering more of the costs. In part due to rising popularity of high deductible health plans, whatever your age, be careful of slick walkway conditions the rest of this winter. One bad fall can really mess up roar skeleton. What's this roar? May be left with need for new hips and knees. This story is from the Durango Herald. Now for Daniel.
In 1957, a businessman and a sculptor tried to replicate Disneyland in the Golden, about 20 miles west of Denver. They called it Magic Mountain. They planned an outer space ride, and it would feature the western past they could imagine. By 1960, it was in foreclosure and then auctioned off, although the site kept the name. People have been digging around the environs of Magic Mountain for artifacts since the late 19th century. Cynthia Irwin Williams went with her brother and archaeologists to the site in the 1990s, finding radiocarbon dated evidence such as arrowheads showing that early Native Americans have camped in the area as long as 5,000 years ago. On the other side of the road, it was the area of early writing and Egyptian dynasties. In the Rockies, it was the epoch of hunting super bison and weaving other folkways. That summer, several archaeologists dug farther up Magic Mountain. They knew it was a propitious. It's a great place to be in the winter. Mark Mitchell with the Paleocultural Research Group in Arvana told Mountain West News, "You have war. Their animals congregated there. It's not too high and it's not too low. It's kind of the Goldilocks spot of the Front Range." He and Michelle Coons, curator of archaeology geez, I can't say the word, at the Denver Museum of Nature and Science, along with Rolfie Maddell, Executive Director of the Odyssey Geoarchaeological Research Program of the Kansas Geological Survey, found animal bones last summer and stones chipped from humans making tools. They recently got radiocarbon results from the soil layer. It was 9,000 years old. We know that almost certainly hunted the now extinct bison B. Antiquus, about 30% larger than a modern bison. It was about 8 feet long and 15 feet long, 8 feet tall and 15 feet long, and nearly 2 tons. By 11,000 years ago, Paleo Indians, the people who camped and lived at Magnet Mountain, had figured out how to take the huge bison down. They used owls, spear, and dart throwing, about 3 feet long to get a kill shot. They would have had to close within 20 yards of the beast, and it probably could have run 40 miles per hour, and twice as fast as a human could flee. For the first people to call the mountains home, it was worth the risk. Those bison could give them not just meat galore, but bones for tools and hides for clothing. They were life. They must have spoken to the humans. The stories from the Cortex Journal with Little Lion Man.
Another reminder, severe weather is on the way. The National Weather Service in Grand Junction has issued a winter storm watch to take effect Wednesday afternoon, last through midday Friday. The NWS says a series of storms hold the potential of bringing heavy snow into western Colorado. The first storm is expected to hit late Wednesday, followed by a brief break. Then a stronger storm with subtropical moisture is predicted to bring the heaviest amount of snowfall. In Montezuma County, snow is possible afternoon Wednesday, continuing into the night. On Thursday, snow is possible before noon. Moisture is expected to turn into rain as temperatures reach a high near 42 degrees. Thursday, the chance of rain-snow mix continues through Friday night. There is still considerable uncertainty in exact snow amounts, snow levels, and precipitation types with this second storm. The NWS said in its alert, higher elevation snow could exceed 1 to 2 feet under this prolonged period of very moist air, lifting over the area mountains. Towns in southwest Colorado listed in winter storm watch includes Silverton, Hesperus, Rico, Telluride, Ouray, and Lake City. The NWS says travel could be very difficult at times with reduced visibility and drifting snow. Wind gusts could reach up as high as 50 miles an hour. The NWS warned the high winds may have the power to knock down trees or power lines. According to the NWS, the chance for snow in the high country of the San Juan Mountains remains through Friday night into Saturday. The storm is expected to leave the region on Saturday. This story is from the Cortez Journal. Now back to Daniel.
Residents of Idaho neighborhood woke up Friday morning to a sight that really got their goat. An evading herd of more than 100 goats rampaged through the neighborhood of West Boise, devouring flower beds, grass, and leaves. As they moved from yard to yard on Friday morning, NBC affiliate KTVB reported representatives of the company that owns the animals we rent goats arrived at the scene and managed to herd the goats onto a truck around 9 a.m., less than 2 hours after the initial calls were fielded by animal control from the 10,000 block of West Summerwind Drive. As the goats were rounded up by their handlers, a throng of onlookers and reporters rivaled the goat herd in size gathered to watch. The neighborhood banded together to force them into one lawn while they were waiting for us. We rent goats. Owner Matt Gabrica told NBC News everyone seemed to enjoy it. There were tons of little kids around. Their mothers brought infants and strollers to see the goats. We rent goats, according to its website, provides rentals of herds of the animals to landowners in need of mowing large swaths of grass. The animal apparently specializing chewing down on weeds. Duff Creek cannot make this claim, but some of us can remember herds of 200 or more sheep passing through town.
Our dumb law segment are laws that are still on the books in many towns, cities, and states. Dumb laws in Oregon. It is illegal to place a container filled with human fecal matter on the side of any highway. Babies may not be carried on the running boards of a car. Drivers may not pump their own gas. A door on the car may not be left open longer than necessary. Drivers may not yield to pedestrians who are standing on the sidewalk. One may not test their physical endurance while driving a car on the highway. Ice cream shops may not be eaten on Sundays. It is illegal to buy or sell marijuana, but it is legal to smoke it on your own property. Canned corn is not used as bait for fishing. Dishes must drip dry. Now for the weather report with me. Our current temperature comes from the DCTV weather station located in the beautiful downtown Duff Creek. The current temperature is 35 degrees. The high for today was 36 degrees. The low was 19 degrees. The barometer is at 30.03 inches and is falling. Humidity is at 62%. Wind is between 1 and 6 miles per hour from the southwest. Gusts have been up to 20 miles per hour. There were no hundredths of an inch of moisture melted today in the DCTV weather station. Moisture for the month is 600ths of an inch. Moisture accumulation for the year is 26 hundredths of an inch. And now for the big map, courtesy of the National Weather Service. Rain is falling along the coast of Oregon into California. Rain mixed with snow begins in Oregon and goes into California, Nevada, Utah, and Arizona, and Colorado. The red area shaded in California shows a possibility of severe flooding. There is a small area of snow in the Sierra Madre Mountains. Snow begins in Idaho and arrows into New Mexico and runs through the Dakotas and ends in Michigan. More snow is falling from New York and Pennsylvania than goes into Maine. Part of the west through the south and north in New Jersey, the country is clear except for the small area of rain. In South Florida. Here is our exclusive DCTV 5-day forecast. Thursday, rain showers, high 40, low 28. Friday, snow showers, high 43, low 24. Saturday, snow showers, high 33, low 14. Sunday, mostly cloudy, high 32, low 18. And then Monday, mostly cloudy, high 33, low 14. We present you with the SNOTEL report, which is the amount of snowpack in the mountains across the state. We hope it will be helpful for our farmers and our skiers. Statewide, the snowpack is at 108% of normal. Here in the Southwest, we only have 101% of normal. CO2 carbon dioxide is considered a greenhouse gas and is one of the principal causes of climate change. CO2 traps heat in the atmosphere, which causes climate instabilities. This results in significant variations worldwide of moisture and hot and cold temperatures, but the general climate trend of the planet is slowly warming. Therefore, it is important that we report the CO2 weekly change. The following are the CO2 in parts per million. Last week, 411.63. 2 weeks ago, 411.02. Last year, 407.81. 10 years ago, 386.99. 50 years ago, 324.42. Thank you, Dr. Peter Tanz of the National Oceanographic Atmospheric Administration, and Michael McGee of the CO2.Earth Network for providing this information. Remember, you can help keep our Kids News Show on air by buying a sponsorship. To become a sponsor, just call 970-677-4119. It's 970-677-4119. Now back to the news director.
Our would send you posters every day.
Dan Ball.
Okay, and that's the end of today's DCTV 4-H Evening News Show, including the fascination with their iPhones. This is your news director, Dan, saying good night and thank you for watching.